just saying Mike wasn't the GOAT.
So, kid,
I'm just saying Mike wasn't the GOAT, bro.
That's funny that we linked up right there. I was literally about to put you on blast like that.
I'm just saying.
He's joking. He's kidding. Maybe not. I don't know. Try him on Twitter. Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got the squad in the building. Yeah. As always, super producer Joel Holt. Pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, and of course, I don't know if we're going Wild Wild West here with Will Smith, or if that's the man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan Nadine. Are those the TikTok joints that get darker when you turn them? Is that what those are? Are those just the?
No, they're not. They're not. But I gotta grab them.
I'm not gonna lie, those are kind of hard.
I got.
So they regular glasses, but when you turn the outside of them, they get darker for shades.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Anderson Paak. And, of course, Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say, who better? Nobody, bro.
So much,
we got a lot to get into on today's episode, man.
That's hilarious.
Because I can't deny it.
Yeah, I
can't deny it.
I can't deny Quincy.
It's a literal.
I can't deny Quincy.
So
you look at 17-year-old.
Sure.
No. Look at
Quincy,
16-year-old pictures of Quincy, and I pull up 16-year-old pictures of me. I don't know why you have them. Stop being weird.
Whoa.
And same dude.
Okay.
Suit game and everything. Which is terrible because I was poor. Yeah. And Quincy had a lot of money. A lot of topics today, man. Bears seem to love Ashton Jeanty, but do they love him enough to move up for him? We got to talk about that. I'm sick of it, Jordan JC. Could the Bears be talking about possibly trading back in this first round, which would cost you possibly a couple of second-round picks? And the Bulls are the odds-on favorite to trade for Nikola Jokic after the Mike Malone fallout.
I love it.
Could it happen? Should it happen? Maybe a tough take on that one. We'll talk about all that and more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Boys, what's going on?
Good,
everybody
man.
good? Everybody excited?
Feeling great.
I'm
feeling real
Thursday.
Feeling real good. It's a meaty Thursday.
Technically, it's a Friday.
It's a meaty Friday.
It's a because that's when this video is going to get posted. Yeah. Oh. Because we are doing things a little bit different. Jordan JC leading me in there. So if you're wondering why this is a previously posted or a previously recorded video, scheduling and different things like that are working into this, of course. Second child, had to make some adjustments there, but also we're just trying. Heck of a shift right there. SHIFT. It's shift, ladies and gentlemen. But also just still trying to get you guys as much content as possible. And this is a format that just works better for the team. And we're going to have something special for you coming at noon on a different channel. So keep an eye out for that news as well. Oh, we got that. Oh, Don DeMarco, bang. Hey, man, let's jump into this because we got this from Matt Miller today. I thought this was interesting. I talked about it on yesterday's show. The possibility of the Chicago Bears going after Ashton Jeanty. The conversation has been a little bit, different. There are people on my side that say, why would you ever go after a running back that high? There are people on you guys' side, who's the rest of the world, and I hate you, who say, you're wearing a Saquon Barkley jersey right now. You shut your mouth.
Because you know what I said.
You shut your mouth.
You know what I said. Don't take them to. Go ahead. You know what I said.
There is a possibility here that the Chicago Bears could be going after Ashton Jeanty, according to Matt Miller. And from what he's heard from scouts around the NFL, the Bears love Ashton Jeanty. Love being the key word there. And so my question to you guys is, because I did talk about this on yesterday's show, of course, the possibility of them being there at 10, do you think that is possible? But let's start here, Jordan JC. If he is there,
I'm going to keep laughing.
The conversation on Ashton Jeanty for a while now, even though now we're starting to hear some different things, is that the Raiders could take him at 6. If you love a player usually you'll do anything to get that player.
That's right.
Are the Bears in love with Ashton Jeanty enough to trade up to 6 to go get him?
I mean, if there's a budding relationship that's about to sprout here.
He has been in Chicago.
He's been in Chicago. Caleb and him have been seen on an IG picture. You know, I love Jeanty as well. I'm saying,
is this a show? Is this a game show now?
I'm sorry, I had to put my bid in for Jeanty. No, but I'm just saying, Ashton Jeanty. If you are saying, do they have the desire to go up and get him? Yes, because there's a couple of teams that I think are going to be in front of you that might kind of snatch him away. If you talk about Jacksonville, you talk about the Vegas Raiders. A lot of mock drafts have showed.
Jacksonville?
Yeah, I got a draft right. I literally have a CBS Sports draft up right now saying they're picking him at.
I heard what the president said. You can't trust CBS.
So they're going back to these tariffs. No, but it's like if you these Jeanty, I think is going to either fall in that range, 5 or 6. And so if you're saying, okay, we want him, he is the guy, we want the number 1 running back, we're convinced that that's where we're going. You have to move up, and I'm sure that they're okay with giving up a little draft capital for him.
Kid, what are your thoughts?
Absolutely not. We ain't trading up.
Thank you.
Listen, we're not trading up for no running back.
Just appease this guy.
No. I'm okay with us picking a running back at 10, but to trade up for a running back, what are we doing? You don't give up extra capital. We already
F them picks, BK.
Listen, I know. Hey, listen, I'm with you. When it comes to getting the right player, you skip these picks. But unfortunately, this ain't the right player for that. This is not going to be the situation. I don't know what. Your cup. Move my cup. Oh, dang it.
There's some branding there.
Hey,
There's
what
some
the heck
branding.
are we doing?
There's
Like,
some branding.
hey, you was gonna be all the different.
I got what
One day we'll get that deal.
Hey, anyway, listen. Shout out to you all.
Yellow and red panels on the back of the wall.
Hey, listen. Anyway, but anyway, like seriously, I don't see us trading up for him. But like at 10, if he's there, I can see us taking him. At 10, I can see Mason Graham being there. They still say Will Campbell's potentially going to be there at 10. I'm just saying, he's a nice to have. He ain't a must have.
I ain't saying a must have.
He's not a must have.
If you're trading up for him, you're saying he's a must have.
Oh, yeah, if you're trading up, then yes.
If you're trading up for him, you're saying he's a must
Mind
have.
you,
We got to get this guy.
You going from 10 to 5 to 6?
Yeah.
You giving up, you swapping your first, you giving up something. No, we need that second round.
Super producer Joe Holt.
Second round picks.
What are your
I need
thoughts
all
on this?
of them.
With the GM hat that will be available on the Breeze merch website if you guys want to cop.
You're giving up
Is
GM
that a
hats now?
TWCB GM hat there? Is that
today.
Wow.
Is that the one with the logo on it?
We'll model the one.
Oh, you bastard. He wasn't ready. All right, I tried to give him the lob.
I mean, I don't want
wasn't
to
ready.
turn all around. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it is.
He's not Aaron Gordon.
Look, man, I'm getting a draft headache because I'm getting like nauseous. It's like, what? They're going to trade up the 2. They're going to do this. We're going to go back.
It is lying season, Joel. It is lying
Mel
season.
Kiper has like 20 of these things out.
Hey, what did I say the other day? 17.11?
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to say.
Ridiculous.
It to me, I've always went back to it's about the board. How do they view the talent of these players? If Jeanty is their guy and they feel like he's the guy, I'm going to trust that their scouting says that he's it. Then they go get him. If it say they move up to 2 to get Abdul Carter, fine. I'm happy with whatever the Bears do because one, they fixed the offensive line.
Thank you, sir.
So I think they can make this move to go get Jeanty. I would like them to upgrade the left tackle. But I feel like they're going to get a left tackle in the second round or in the later round to compete for that left tackle spot. So if Jeanty is their guy and he's a workhorse and they can fit him in the scheme, I'm fine with it.
That's my only problem. Bears fans keep saying they fixed the offensive line.
They improved
They
the
fixed
line.
it. They improved
it.
tremendously.
They
Listen, there's nobody down there on one knee singing Boys the Men.
I'm down, I'm in.
We're not going to have that photo with everybody on the line on their back. Why we ain't going to have that photo no more.
That must say, I never cry again until you come back to me.
But we don't know what the coach is going to do with
here's my thing. I agree with that. But guys like Joe Thuney, who are phenomenal players, I think he's going to come in here and dominate the game. Mm-hmm. He's 32. You didn't fix your offensive line. You got a really, really, really big Band-Aid for it for a couple of years. And you're going to have to upgrade that position after that, which you're not going to be able to upgrade because, I mean, Joe Thuney is 10 years in the NFL, he's been to 8 Super Bowls. Super Souls is crazy.
Super Soldiers.
That was the conversation we were having before the the live here. But no, like you're going to have to upgrade that position to get it back to a point of manageable while still upgrading the rest of your offensive line. Like that's why to me, when Bears fans say the offensive line is fixed, no, it's fixed now.
Yeah, but that's the
right.
point.
That's called putting spackle over the dam with the hole in it. But you know that spackle is gonna.
Jeez, who are you?
No, I mean it's
construction worker.
Pat the artiste spackle.
No, it was Pat the blue collar worker. That's what it was.
The only guy here who works 16. Well, no, you work.
I worked.
No, wait, I did. Hey, I put my bid in.
What'd you do? What did you do?
I worked in comment and people's gas.
You were the meter guy.
No, I wasn't. I was the utility worker.
Or were you the coffee guy?
No.
You
I got my hands dirty.
I don't believe it. Ringo, what are your thoughts on you're from the team that
I got my hands dirty. All right.
Yeah. What'd you do at work?
I was a plumber.
Right.
Hey, my second job was in a septic tank.
Have fun. Ringo, what are your thoughts? You're from a team who decided to take a running back without having all of the answers.
You know, I'd be really upset if we
now he
traded
just
Saquon
won
Barkley.
that Super Bowl with a team that had all the answers. What are your thoughts on the taking a running back that high or possibly moving up to go get him?
I don't think that they should move up. I have said this about 5 times already. The running back room is the best room in this class.
Yeah.
My issue is that you don't have to go up to 2 to grab him. There's Judkins. There's Omarion Hampton.
I love Hampton.
As you guys have talked about, there's Henderson. You're going to have your pick of the litter for somebody.
You a Scatterbo guy?
Oh, big Scatterbo guy.
I love it.
Big Scatterbo guy.
That kid gonna be available in the second round.
I'm gonna be there in the third round.
There's gonna be talent available at that running back position in the second or third round. So I don't understand why they would move up to get him. I understand the affinity for him because of the fact that he's worked with a Jahmyr Gibbs in the past. So I can understand why they want to do that. Ben Johnson, but no, I don't see them going up to 2 to get him. They don't love him, but I don't think they getting down on the bench.
Man, listen, Tyler Warren gonna be available at 10. You know who gonna be in that bench.
Which honestly, I think
over Warren.
Looking at everything and how it's probably transpiring, he might be the pick.
It could be. I mean, it depends on. Listen,
this
is the thing I keep saying. There's only 9 players that can go ahead of where the Bears pick, and apparently everybody and their mama's going top 10. Like that's kind of how this draft is falling. There's legitimately like let's be real. The players we know probably will go before 10, right? Mason Graham,
Facts.
Abdul Carter,
Facts.
Cam Ward,
Facts. That's 3.
Travis Hunter. Outside of that, we've heard 6 other names that are guaranteed to go before 10.
I'm sorry. Listen.
Jeanty.
Mimbo.
No.
Jeanty's consistently been top 6.
Jeanty.
Shador is going top 5.
Jeanty,
I don't think so.
He's not.
I don't think so. And
If New York doesn't pick him, he might fall.
Wait, who?
Your team, buddy.
Hey, Ringo. Hey, I will say this. I heard this, and I hope it happens. I do hope y'all pick Shador.
Oh boy,
because they said that with Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, and Shador Sanders, the pregame prayer is gonna be so fire. It's gonna be ridiculous out here.
It's gonna be fire. What we talking about?
That is a disaster of a QB room.
I think.
Not really.
Yeah,
You have 2 totally different personalities.
We'll
J-Bo talk too much. Russ don't talk enough.
Nah, they both love God.
It's the right tier.
They about to be having church on Sunday in that month, bro. They about to have a pregame church.
Choir service.
Malik Neighbors, I pray for him.
Malik Neighbors about to be in there.
That man's
Malik
done.
is not
mother.
Hey, that's a YN that's trying to get out of New York.
You know what I mean?
Like, what y'all talking about?
Hey, Drew, what are your thoughts on it? Do you feel like the Chicago Bears should try and move up to take Ashton Jeanty if they love him that much? The word is that they love him.
I understand the love, and I like it, but I don't think he's worth the draft capital. I don't think he is coming to our team is going to instantly make us be able to beat the Eagles. I think we still have a lot of holes on our team that need to be filled through our additional picks that we need instead of giving them up to go get this guy. True, he's a great impact player. The dude looks like he can run through a brick wall. But I don't think it's worth it. I think, like I said, I think we need to look at the total team impact instead of just this singular player.
I'm mad
you
you
know
said
what?
the Eagles.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the top team.
They're the top 10 in it.
If you get Jeanty, you can extend the
you
running
guys
game.
They won
beat
the
the
Super
Packers?
Bowl, right? Yeah, they did.
you
Yeah, they did win a Super
They
Bowl.
won
yeah.
the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
so that means they're the top team next year.
You're gonna if you establish the running game, which is what they keep saying they want to do. They get this line right.
Yeah.
The whole point is that with a fresh running back like Jeanty, and you have who's our $8 million running back, Swift.
DeAndre Swift.
You know, you have a complement. The whole idea is that they're going to keep the ball away to keep the defense fresh. So they're going to want you need that as imperative. Who could do that right now on our team? We can't really. Can we really establish the running game with Swift as it is?
Here's the thing that I think is going to be different. And listen, I will give credit to Ashton Jeanty. For some reason, people think like I don't understand talent. Because I think that you shouldn't pay high money for it.
No,
I watched a dude go in the 4th round last year that had 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's pretty talented. He went in 4th round right after who was the guy?
Oh, his name's
What was
Bucky.
that name?
Bucky
You know,
Herbert?
It's
At a
escaping me. The
Tory
name-
Taylor.
Is that who it was?
At a certain point, just give it a rest, all right,
Was there
Pat?
a punty punt? Joe, your hat's in the shot. Was there a punty punt on it? No, it's legitimately in the shot.
It is.
Joe,
Yes.
it's on the camera behind us. There we go. There we go.
God, Joe.
Stop touching Drew's cameras, Joe.
I told him already.
I know you did, Drew.
I sent
He
him a
just can't
text.
help
I said,
himself.
Stand it up for you,
He
Drew.
can't help
I'm
himself.
sick of this guy. He's always got his
job.
hands
Keep my
on your
job.
lens, man. You gotta watch
Hands
yourself.
on your lens.
Watch yourself.
Here's
now.
my issue though, because you and this running back conversation, you act like there's the term there's levels to this.
Is it
Who's in a tier of his own
Christian
in this
McCaffrey?
draft? No, shut up!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Saquon
I
Barkley.
thought
I
we were
was
talking
talking about the draft running
okay.
backs.
All right.
All
You're
50
right.
of the running backs that are in the
you're a
draft.
lot of backs.
Who is tier one
Tier
by
one.
himself?
Yes, tier 1 is him by himself.
Ashton Jeanty.
Yes, you're
Who
right.
is tier 2?
Everybody else.
No,
Everybody else.
Everybody else. Hampton is.
Omari
Everybody else.
Hampton is still in kind of a league of his own.
I'll
Outside of
agree with
Ashton,
that. I'll agree with that.
Omarion would be the number one running back every other year.
See, here's the thing. I would say Jeanty is a tier of his own. Hampton is a tier of his own. That's
Yes.
1 and 2.
Then Quinshawn
And then
and,
there's the rest of
Travion
them.
and all those guys, Caleb.
100%.
And then the other Scatterbows and
I wanna
all
say,
the other guys.
The rest of
you
the
know?
running backs, can they give you 1,200 yards?
Yes.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Can they give you 6
Potentially in
touchdowns?
the right
Can they
system.
give you 6
Yes.
touchdowns?
But they're not as
That's all we need.
no.
That's all we need.
Okay, you're not
That's all we
understanding.
need.
We're not talking about numbers. We're talking about the talent. What can he do talent-wise?
Yeah, I don't want 1,000
Athletic
yards.
ability.
I don't-
Ashton Jeanty is leaps and bounds.
But are you
other
going
guys
to forgo the rest of your team though?
But I think here's the conversation that I would have with it, right? And it's where you're at right now. Let's talk about the 2016 draft in context with this.
Yeah,
Ezekiel Elliott was in a class of his own, right?
sure.
There's a running back in that class that is still running and will make the Hall of Fame.
Was that Derek?
Yes.
Well, Derrick Henry's
So it's a
problem
great
in college.
but it's a great conversation. So all of these ones
Mountain
are.
of a man.
Quinshawn
though.
Judkins was a problem in college. Omarion Hampton was a problem in college. If we want to be real with you, DJ Giddens was a problem at Kansas State in college. There's a bunch of problems in this draft.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that hit my cup.
Oh man,
Somebody give me a napkin.
waste of alcohol.
Oh, Jesus.
No, it wasn't alcohol. That was juice.
Oh, good.
That's why you need to have.
Did you say Judkins and
Quinshawn
Giddens?
That's why you need to
Judkins.
have
All problems.
DJ Giddens, right? Like
Yeah.
they all are problems in their own right. But I think the conversation you have to have is that are they a problem to the point where I'm willing to compromise my team for it? For what you're saying, right? You're saying basically because you're giving up picks in this draft
Yeah.
to go up to get Ashton Jeanty.
Well, how much you gonna give up?
You got to give up a
Second
lot.
If you're probably a second rounder.
To
Second
go
round.
to
If you're-
6 or 5?
If you're
Second
moving
round
up-
and the fifth,
I
probably.
would say you probably
give
have
up
to
a
move up to
first.
Jacksonville's pick. So
you can give
Jacksonville
up
is
one.
You have to jump. You have to jump the
Jacksonville
Raiders.
is 5.
You have to jump the
Jacksonville
Raiders.
is 5.
Jacksonville's 5.
You gotta
The
jump
Raiders are
Or
6.
you
I give
or
up
you would
139
jump
in the fifth.
4. You would jump 4.
To 6?
No, I mean I'm saying.
Well,
that-
I'm not jumping
Oh, you need
4.
to
I
do
wouldn't
it.
jump above.
You don't need
them.
4.
No,
You need to beat the Raiders.
I'm saying they would go instead of going to 2, you would go to 4.
No,
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
we're not
That's
talking
the-
about
that's the
moving to
Patriots.
2 to get Ashton Jeanty. I'm talking about moving because I think Jeanty goes
to the Raiders.
Yeah,
to the Raiders. Raiders are 5.
Raiders
we're going all the way up to 2.
6.
Just give me Abdul Carter and move on.
Raiders are 6. Raiders
I
are
was gonna
6.
say,
Yeah, if we go into 2, I'm taking Abdul Carter.
I'm not even talking about running backs now.
I'm fine with that.
I take the best football player in this draft,
Yeah,
but that's a whole
yes.
different conversation. But I think that the thing that for me with all of this is, it's not that he's not talented, right? Was Bucky Irving the most talented running back to come out of this draft?
No, admittedly no, but he's productive.
Was he extremely productive this season?
Yeah,
That's what I want.
Killed
Yes.
it in Tampa.
My
he got a good
goal
line.
at that position is to get the most production out of a guy at the latest spot I can get. You want to know why Brock Purdy is an amazing story? It's not because he's the last pick in the draft. It's because of how many quarterbacks went ahead of him that suck.
And because he was last.
I want San
No,
Francisco
because
running game.
No,
I want San
it's
Francisco
not that
running
because
game.
it's
and because they
you
gave
watch
him so much
when
for
you
Trey
watch,
Young.
See,
or
here's
Trey
the
Lance.
thing. Everything points in the right direction when you see the success at the NFL level, right? When you watch Purdy's tape in college, Purdy could play football. You knew it, right? He was like, oh, he can play quarterback. He knows this. He knows that. It's just about does it translate. So taking him at the last pick in the draft based on his college tape is not surprising. He just wasn't hyped because he didn't go to a college that was big enough. So, like, it's the same. It's the Khalil Mack conversation. You went to Buffalo. You're going to suck because you went to Buffalo. The only weakness we see in your game is you went to Buffalo. So how is that going to translate to the NFL?
I agree,
Brock Purdy could play football in college.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy looked good in college. He went the last pick in the draft because of the college that he ended up going to. And that, to me, is like, all of a sudden, his college. It's hindsight. 100%.
His arm strength a little
Yeah, it's hindsight, right? Well, there's still questions on his arm strength, but it's hindsight. All of a sudden, I look at your college tape, and Brock Purdy's college tape looks like you should have drafted him right away. Hey, Pat Mahomes, he went to Texas Tech. When you look at his college tape, would you ever say don't draft that guy?
Nope.
No.
Well, he dropped. So
Well, the problem
No,
with
no,
his
he
his
dropped.
name is in
He
the air
dropped.
raid
He
offense.
rose.
He rose.
Pat Mahomes was
Yeah,
not
they
supposed to
traded
be a
up to get
first
him.
round
They
pick.
traded
No,
up.
he wasn't because he played too much.
He played in the air raid offense.
He played the air raid offense.
Same thing with Zach Wilson at BYU. It looked as if he was a god with a football, but
Yeah.
I mean, when you got to the
Sometimes it works, sometimes it
you got to
don't.
match
right
with Andy
system
Reid,
with
you
the right
good.
players.
So 100%.
Everything makes a difference.
to that point, that's the thing I'm saying. You got to put it this way: if given the right situation, are there other running backs that can give you that 1,000 yards, maybe
Yes.
300
Yeah.
yards?
But I
average
think
percentage?
that's
Right?
that's the conversation.
Yeah.
That's the conversation.
But
and then you compare it against the other skill
and that's
positions. Is
why I
there
said-
another tight end like Tyler Warren available in the first
Yes.
round?
Yes.
Colston from Michigan.
Colston Loveland.
Yeah, from
Colston Loveland.
So
That's a
10,
dog.
At 10, who'd you grade?
He
Is
might
that-
be a second round pick, and he's a dog.
Yeah.
got him in the
But
first.
no, as
He got my first one?
They got
Colston
him in the
Love?
first round. And a lot of mocks I've seen.
Is there another Will Campbell at 10, beyond 10?
no.
left tackle?
Depending on how you feel about it. I think Armand Mimbo could play left tackle, but
Like
Joshua-
he,
people-
they say he might go earlier than
Yeah,
Will.
yeah, yeah.
So like at that
Who,
position,
Will or Armand?
you know, it's a bunch of.
But
he
that's why I
said
keep saying-
Armand might
Armand
go
might
earlier
go
than
before-
That's
Will.
why I
Will
keep
is what
saying
they
the
say.
board. We don't know what their
Yeah.
board is, how they're scouting this.
I-
How close is Will Campbell to the guy from Minnesota, or the guy from Gray Zabel, or the other guy from West Virginia?
Well, Gray
Greg,
Zabel-
second
Greg-
round.
No,
How
he's
close-
he's first. He's
But-
first.
but
how
I just-
close is
he
Wyatt
dropped today.
Milliam to get? That's what we don't. But the thing is, to your point, if Ashton Jeanty, the thing is the difference of the quality of running back. We're talking about is he of the caliber of say
Of Saquon.
of a Saquon,
Yeah.
of a McCaffrey? We're talking at least a 5-year, not a 3-year type running back. All these other guys, they're typically like 3-year flame out running backs, right? We had what was our guy from Chicago?
Jordan Howard.
Jordan Howard.
Jordan Howard.
Did really
He was
good,
decent.
decent guy.
Jordan Howard's really
and
good.
then he was
He was
out
really
of the league.
good. He really good for
How
4
many
years and he
guys?
was gone.
How
Then
many
he
guys
died.
are just like now there could be a Matt Forte-ish type of guy, right? We had
That's
Matt Forte
Omarion.
for about
Omarion.
7
I love
years.
Well, we got rid of Matt Forte and Thomas Jones, the two running
But he
backs
played-
who did the weird thing. They got better after they left.
Right, but he played how many years?
They were like, "This is an offensive line."
Yeah, but how many
Matt
years did they play?
Matt Forte, a 10-year back.
Right. So you're trying to get a guy that's been the biggest knock
you
about
comparing
running.
Not
backs.
with the Bears though. He was 6 with the Bears.
But I'm saying, but that's good.
They got
Instead of we've been
Six of the
striking
Bears, I know
out.
he got a couple with the Jets.
Does
Couple with the
Ashton
Jets, yeah.
Jeanty present to you a 5 to 10 year type of running back versus these other guys that might be 3 or 4 year kind of guys. Now, mind you, his carries, I mean, he had 374 carries in college.
300, yeah.
That is
There might be a little wear on the tires.
Yeah,
No,
his yards per carry was 7 yards per carry, which is awesome.
100%. But and this is the thing. This is why I say I don't hate the talent of Ashton Jeanty. Ashton Jeanty the year before got 1,300 yards.
Yeah.
And 578 receiving yards. Like, he can catch the football as well. I think he's a 3-down back. I think he's somebody who you can utilize. My thing is, can you go out there and build the team to make the running back position an expendable position? That's what most teams in this league have done, to where the running back leaves, you look at the next year, and you're like, oh, we still got really good running back production. Was anybody complaining about the San Francisco running back production this year?
No.
There were 7 running backs that went into that game to the game this season. Outside of now, were they Christian McCaffrey? No. Were they still rushing for over 100 yards in a game? 100%. Were they still scoring touchdowns for you? 100%. Were they still? Yeah. But that's my point. My goal is to build the team, and that's why when I look at Ashton Jeanty, it's not a beef with Ashton. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think he's a great player. I just think, more times than not, you're not going to turn around and look at your running back and say, carry me to the Super Bowl. And the teams that usually do don't win the games. Now, in the modern era, I should say, in the modern era. The Philadelphia Eagles just did that this year. But you had to have the running.
The team.
All the teams.
No. All the teams that did
top
it, though.
5, the teams that led the league in rushing, all of them made the playoffs and made deep runs.
Well, that's because
they all had a good team.
I'm scared
That's
of
the
your
thing.
quarterback for most of them.
Yeah,
I'm
scared.
scared. Most of those teams, like, you kind of get the Walter Payton effect with the quarterback. I'm more scared of him throwing the football down the field than I am of you running for 30
Tennessee.
yards.
It's like having King Henry in Tennessee.
But yeah, I was gonna
good
say,
defense, strong running game, average quarterback.
Yeah,
I was gonna.
And that's
say,
what you can't have. You can't have the average quarterback play. Go ahead, Rigger.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even to add to that point, I think the closest to do it before Saquon got to the bowl with the Eagles and won it was Tennessee, because I think
they didn't get to the Super Bowl.
But what I'm saying is Tennessee was in the AFC Championship game.
Was McCaffrey on the team that went with Cam? Wasn't McCaffrey?
They lost
when the 49ers got to the Super Bowl. McCaffrey was.
Cam was hurt the year they went to the Super Bowl, right?
But wasn't McCaffrey the running back?
No. I mean, Christian was hurt the year they went to the Super Bowl.
Okay,
I think.
okay.
I believe so. I might be wrong on that.
Yeah.
But my thing is this: if you build the team, you can replicate it. The people that usually rely on the outside pieces, the gadget pieces, can't replicate it. You can't do it again. You want to know why? How many people Philly let go this offseason?
Philly's in trouble.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No, you want to know why they're not? Because the backup dudes that were coming in, I was like, he would start on our team.
I get you.
You got that much in the trenches. You let so much go in your trenches on the defensive side, and I'm sitting here and I'm just like, but you got Jalen Carter.
You do.
You're gonna, and I think that does go into our next topic. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. It feels like the NFL is really getting into a point defensively where the Khalil Macks, the edge rushers, the Myles Garretts, while they're still important, are not the prioritized position anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think this is going to play true possibly with the Bears here, because there's a conversation later in this article about the Chicago Bears going out there and possibly trading back into the first round for a defensive piece. If they were to take Ashton Jeanty. Now, this was the conversation on taking Ashton Jeanty at 10, not trading up. I wanted to have that conversation to see kind of if we're talking love. I love a player.
I'm gonna trade up.
I'm gonna trade into the first round. Hey, you wanna know who Mike Ditka loved?
Everybody.
Nah.
Mike Ditka loved Ricky Williams. You know how much he loved him?
So much
he traded his soul for him. That's love of a player, right?
That's not smart.
That's not smart. That's love. I never said love was smart.
That's smart. Yeah,
who said love is smart?
Love is quite dumb. Love is quite dumb.
Am I?
Love is dumb.
Hey, you do some dumb stuff for love.
Love is blind.
Hey, I was going Michael from Good Times. When you're young and in love. Nobody knew. Never mind. We're not going to have that conversation on the podcast. I must say, each time the world stops, just like the sky, true love like the 4th of July. I was like, all right, now, Michael, hold on now. You never knew?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, bet. So let's get into
You was kind of by yourself, but I was trying.
Nobody knew?
Knew what?
No, don't worry about it. No, so
lost now.
the conversation on conversation that also was brought up by Matt Miller here was if the Chicago Bears were to take Ashton Jeanty at 10, that there would be a possibility for them to trade back into the first round with the fact that they do have 2 second-round picks here. Whatever the formula is, there's a possibility for you to get back into the first, trade 39 in a future first. Maybe you get back into the first here. Trade 41 in a future first. Maybe you get back into the first here. Either way. But the conversation was around the pass rusher. And could that be a defensive tackle? Could it be an edge rusher? But also that the team views defensive tackle as the more pressing need. That is after an offseason of signing Grady Jarrett. That is having Andrew Billings. That is having Javon Dexter. No matter how we feel about the player, a 3rd-round pick in Zach Pickens is on this team. You brought in Dayo Odangbo, who can play outside and inside. The Bears feel like the more pressing need right now is taking the defensive tackle in the middle of this whole thing. Mm-hmm. If you are the Chicago Bears right now, do you feel like defensive tackle is more important? Do you feel like you need to trade back into the first round to go and get one of those top guys who is there? I mentioned Derek Harmon as one of those top guys. Joe, what's your thoughts?
I mean, it goes back to the same principle. What's the board? How do they dictate that? I mean, if they want to get what they need, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. If that means that it's a possibility that who's the defensive tackle from Michigan?
Kenneth Grant is down there. Yeah.
No. In the first
Mason Grant.
Mason Grant. So like, if I guess it depends on the scheme of what they want. I don't know. If you're trying to get a true impact player, why not get him at 10, and then you could just basically get a running back in the 2nd round. But if you feel that Jeanty's that guy, if that's what they want to do, because they figure they're trying to win now. To me, all these moves say we're trying to compete now. We want impact players to play now. And now, if you can, you don't want to sacrifice your later picks because that's where you still got to draft your future linemen. We still got to draft the future for our left guard.
Yep.
Now, unless Amagaji is going to be the future left guard. We don't.
Amagaji might be the future left tackle. He's
Or he
going to
might
get
be
the
the future
opportunity
left
in training
tackle.
camp
We
right
don't-
there.
we
He's gonna be a
know.
future cut. That's what's gonna happen.
No, he's
Oh,
not.
damn.
They said this is the
faith.
3rd
No
round
faith.
pick. We don't because we don't know how much
I
this
just
coaching
can't
staff.
stand it, bro. I'm sorry.
You got-
I got
you
a
gotta
personal gripe. I got a personal gripe.
Knocked your chick down?
Nah, not at all. Stop
What happened with you and Karan?
Hey, you had that with Kobe White for a little while.
it. No, Kobe White was trash. That's all. Yeah, he was. He was trash. What the heck?
Did you enroll in Yale or something?
That's what I'm talking about. No, he was talking that big trash, and he was like,
That's why you sat up.
"What?
I didn't know what was going on with Shaq's suit up
Like,
here.
what's happening right now, dog? What's going on?"
Shaq
The
lost it.
quarterback would get touched behind me. Man, they ain't play nobody. He looked like a turnstile out there. Anyways,
Yeah,
did.
but
He
that's
did.
we don't know the effect of this entire coaching staff. If there's going to be some things that really benefit all of. I mean, Braxton Jones could be better. We don't know. It could happen though. So the idea is that I would like them to still draft some guys in the later rounds to start to build up that rotation. So as long as we're doing that, and not sacrificing it. But I'm gonna trust because this is a whole new coaching staff.
Whole
We
new
don't know what they're
coaching
gonna do.
staff. Don't know
we
what they're
don't
gonna
know
do.
how they're gonna really how it's gonna play out. The players we have might play even better as it is, and then we just need to draft accordingly to help create depth.
Kid, what are your thoughts?
you know what? I seeing that we're coming off of another scenario where we're going to trade up for a running back, which I don't agree
Now,
with.
how he played this is not trade up. That was a scenario I was bringing up if they loved Ashton Jeanty. His
Facts.
scenario is take Jeanty at 10,
Gotcha.
you trade back into the first, you get the defensive and or tackle, but probably tackle.
How large is the gap between Mason Graham and the gentleman?
A long way.
It's a long way?
A long way.
Then I would actually propose this. I would disagree with what his assessment is, and I would flip it. I would say, hey, don't draft that running back at 10 and then try to trade back into the first round. Trade up in the first round to get get Mason Graham, and then you get your running back with what you have left in the second or third, fourth round or whatever that situation is. It just doesn't make sense if that's such a high need, and we've done so much. Like, this is the first time I can say we've done so much on the offensive end. Is it completely fixed? No. Is it greatly improved? Yes. So now it's like, make the swing for defense. Give Dennis Allen what he needs on that particular end, and so that you can kind of round out the team that way, and then fill in the rest of the gaps. That's just what my approach would be.
JC, I think we talked about this, right? Where where the Bears are right now, and we did a little super sleuthing on the 1920 football drive video.
Oh.
It seemed like who they said number one on their board was possibly Mason Graham. Where do we have this guy at? He was doing the interview. It was either Mason Graham or Stacey Dales, one or the other. And I'll tell you right this, I met Stacey Dales in person. She'll take you out.
She got some pads on her.
You put some pads on Stacey Dales, she will drop you down. But
it's a linebacker?
No, she played in the W.
I know, I'm just messing.
Played in the W. So she not small.
No, she ain't. She not at all.
But no, like the conversation around trading up for Mason Graham, is that a bigger conversation than waiting to go get somebody in the second round possibly? I've said Kenneth Grant is there. I've said Derek Harmon is there. I mean, we've talked about a Wyatt Milliam who also could be a name that's on that list. Do you feel like you need to go get the top name if you're going to trade up for anybody?
I mean, if you're convinced, yes. We talked about if they really believe that they want to win now and they believe that they can win big, then nothing should hold them back from actually putting in the moves that will convince us that they're doing so. If you're going to trade back into the first round and maybe into the later picks, you get your 10, you get your Ashton Jeanty in your scenario, and then you go for, I did see an article where it said maybe a Shamar Stewart, a Kenneth Grant, or either Walter Nolan might be there. A lot of people are saying that for whatever reason that Walter Nolan is similar to Mason Graham in certain traits, and that he is very under.
I like Walter Nolan.
So he the Chrysler 300?
Yeah,
until a real phantom pulls up.
Yeah. But
no, dog. No.
Chrysler 300, great car. Great car.
It looks real good.
Looks real good.
But I mean, if
see a
you
real phantom pull up.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, he still can hold his own. And so, if you were to say you get that guy, or if you address left tackle, you get a Gray Zabel maybe that late if he's still on the board in the 20s. I'm fine with that. You address two things. You've addressed more depth on the trenches. You've addressed running back. I could do that because, again, it's all about whether or not this team believes in winning now. And as Joe even said, if that's the thought process, if that's the philosophy going in, then use all your picks to do what you got to do to get the best talent available.
Ringo, you trading back in?
I think that I'm with JC. If you want to use the pick to get the best talent available, and you believe, and Mason Graham is at the top of the board, I mean, then go crazy. Listen, and then if not, I've also seen where, cause I just looked at it. Grady Jarrett's only 31. Only 31. If they don't,
he's 32 by the time season starts. 32 by the time the season starts. The biggest thing that I keep thinking back on is that Ben Johnson keeps saying that first the accountability is going to be on the coaches. Then we're going to try to transfer that accountability to the players. Yeah. If they don't do the move where they want to trade all the picks, I like Grant. Mason Graham and Grant together basically just dangerous world.
They get pressured. I watch them every week. I don't know.
Ringo's also a Michigan fan. If you want.
Yeah, like,
there you go. That makes sense.
But at that point, you got Grady Jarrett, Grant. Now you got Sweat. The accountability is going to be on those players to excel those guys forward. He might be able to take that leap in that second year if you need him to. So I don't necessarily hate them. What's going on?
Keep going.
I don't necessarily hate them staying where they're at and then just waiting on Grant to come there if that's what they need to do.
But I saw an interesting comment, I think, on one of the shows. Like, I don't know if it was your show or what, but the thing was that they're saying that you're expecting it's a different culture now.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know, like, what the Bears have done this offseason has been so anti-Bears in general So we don't even know what the mentality is for, like, we want to win now. Let's go get the best players we can versus just the status quo. So it might be that there's more incentive of, like, look, we can get an impact player if that's what we got to do to move up, because we don't know what the impact of the draft was from McCaskey or not. It's a different mentality. So I'm all for getting the best players in the room, because what's the point of being status quo and just being average? If you're trying to actually win a division, you got to get impact players. This division is very hard. It's not just going to be an easy division for you to win, so you need guys.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the assessment that Brian Poles has to make too, right? Like, what is this division going to be next year? Are the Lions the same with tougher schedule, no coaches that were there last year? You have a new offensive coordinator, you have a new defensive coordinator, you have a new offensive line coach, you have a new special teams. Like, there's a ton of turnover there, right? Are they going to be the same organization? Minnesota, brand new quarterback. Rookie quarterback.
A lot of new offensive line pieces.
Lot of new offensive line pieces.
Good offensive
Good pieces. Hey, look, you take that line?
I'll take that line.
Dang good line. Yeah, I mean, a lot of new offensive line
the
pieces.
Coaching staff's in place. Like, everything is so new with Chicago at this exact moment.
And I mean, Green Bay just sucks. So,
It's always.
Hey, Drew, what are your thoughts? What do you feel like the Bears should be looking to trade back in the first round if they take Jeanty at 10?
I do not. I don't want to do any trading unless we're going to get the impact blue chip players. Yeah. So don't trade unless we're going up to 2 or 3 to get Abdul Carter. I don't want to trade back in for a guy that could be had in the second round because the talent level is so deep with regards to the defense and the edge rusher and the middle, that the talent level is very minimal drop off between trading back into the lower first round compared to what we can get in the higher parts of the second round.
We're calling first rounders projects?
Some can. It depends.
No,
Shamar Stewart's a project.
That guy, I don't want no piece of.
I want no parts.
That's the point.
But
he's going to be visiting the Bears, by the way.
He's projected to go at the end of the first round.
We don't want potential. We want production.
He's potentially slotted to go at the end of the first round.
That kid is a second round.
I would say he's going to be in the first round. I would say this.
That's how weak the draft is.
No, it's not weak. It's just
some teams really overanalyze.
I'm saying there's more solid players.
Here's the thing. If I'm picking 30, I can take a chance.
Oh, yeah.
If your highs are the highest of highs, but your lows suck, I can take a chance that I'm going to eliminate your lows and only get the highs.
You feel the need when you got an opportunity.
100%. Now, you can't do that too many years in a row. Sack's suit looked like carpet at a casino.
It does look like a Vegas carpet.
Hey, the fact that it stopped Kid in his tracks. I saw a kid just go, what is happening right now? But no, like I think that the conversation on trading back in, realistically, if you're the Bears right now, you have to try and acquire as much talent as possible. Is the gap between Derek Harmon, who I think is a phenomenal piece and who I would say is probably the guy at the end of the draft, and Kenneth Grant that far? Now, that's what your evaluation has to do. Is the gap between Kenneth Grant and Wyatt Milliam, or Kenneth Grant and who's the other defensive tackle? Walter Nolan, that far, right? Like, in the second round, you're going to have to do some development. That's why he's probably not a first-round piece. But you also still, like, I don't think that gap is as massive. Now, Derek Harmon maybe is the biggest gap there, but even that, it's not a chasm. Like, I can develop pieces here, and that's why I think this draft is so important. It's why I've said I'm willing to give up future capital to not give up capital in this draft. Well, I mean, I'm willing to move on from pieces that you could possibly get next year to not give up pieces in this draft, because I think that, like, I look at the Patriots, how many picks the Patriots have? The Patriots, if they draft right in 2 years, can be back. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean back like a competitive team. No, the Patriots in 2 years can be competing for championships if they draft right in this draft.
Drake May is nice.
But that's
You've got Drake May at the quarterback position. There's a bunch of linemen in this draft that you can go out there and get. Yeah. You can find the ancillary pieces once you get the trenches solidified. Drake May was standing behind us 6.
You don't have to build Rome in a day.
Yeah, I mean it's hopefully they can do that. It's happened in the past where teams have gotten all kind of draft picks and have not capitalized on them. It doesn't.
Well, if you miss, that's different. Yeah,
but it's actually a lot of teams have kind of missed in a sense, and some teams have done well. So it depends on how good of a GM you have with your team, and if they sit what if they're sitting there.
I had a corny joke that based off of what you just said that was just.
Well, I'll put it out there now.
What?
You said you don't build Rome in a day. I was going to say you don't build Rome in a doomsday.
Oh my God!
I said I wasn't going to say it. Ringo didn't even give you a full arm throw. He just like, man, you don't deserve it.
I wasn't going to say it.
Hey, the moment he started to say you don't build Roman, I knew he was gonna say doomsday.
In a doomsday.
Put it back on Jordan.
Hey, but what I will say is that
put it back on
somebody
Jordan real quick, man. Yeah.
No, don't give him the credit.
That was
Nah.
horrible.
What I will say is that somebody who has interviewed Roma Doomsday.
Oh!
Yes,
That's how I pivoted it.
It just came across my feed. It just came across my feed.
Shout out
Just
to
did, just did 10,000 views on that joint. It was a good video.
While I wouldn't say that Rome was built in a
Yeah.
day,
Yeah,
what
leave
I
it
will
naked
say is all roads do lead to Rome. Shout out to Rome Doomsday, man.
right, you got
Phenomenal player, dominant player. He's going to be amazing this season. He's going to make us all forget about Jared Verse.
I asked him, did Rome give him? Because Rome to me looks like Chase Claypool a little bit physically. No, physically.
Yeah, physically he is.
Physically.
Physically he is.
He does not look that big.
Hey.
He doesn't look
I
that
thought he looked more like a
Rome
Fitzgerald.
Rome is 6'4" and
I
stocky.
thought he
looking.
gave me a
He's 6'3",
Fitzgerald.
6'4".
I thought he gave me a Fitzgerald vibe.
Nah,
I'll take
Fitzgerald
that.
was smaller. than him.
because Chase was jacked. He was like 240 pounds.
Yeah, but Rome is like his second year in the league.
Rome
He's
216.
skinny. He doesn't.
Why he gives me a Larry Fitzgerald vibe? It's like
Yeah.
physically wise.
Yeah, he's not a. Yeah,
Not like
Chase
Chase
not,
Claypool
not,
238.
not,
Yeah, it's a
not
big
blazing
dude. That's a
speed, but
linebacker.
solid speed and
No,
good hands.
Probably why he sucked.
What was rookie Chase Claypool?
230.
about that size.
Nah,
he was
he
big.
No,
Yeah,
he was
he was
huge coming out of
huge.
He was
college.
jacked.
No,
He was huge,
coming
no
out of
doubt.
college.
He was.
He was physically blessed.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, it was a little borderline. Yeah, I'll do it. All right. Yep.
Let's get that out.
Physically blessed. Yeah, go ahead, Ringo.
Oh, Ringo. No, don't do that.
Hey!
You son of a...
Extension.
That was nuts.
We want to move on to this last topic.
Hey, man, let us know how you guys feel in the comments below. Before we get to the last topic, we do got to promote something here because we got a draft party, ladies and gentlemen. The Windy City Breeze draft party. It's going to be happening on Thursday, April 24th. Pull up on us at Ultimate Gaming Experience in Orland Park. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a phenomenal time. Great time. There's going to be a TV giveaway, 65 inches. 65
viewing
inch
pleasure.
TV
I
giveaway.
actually
Make
went in.
sure to pull in on
Can
that.
we enter?
With free installation.
With free
He's
installation.
going to install it too. He's going to give it away and with a free installation.
What?
Yes.
So can we?
Yes.
Can we?
No, you can't win it. You're on the show.
I
you
need a
bastard,
TV.
dude.
I'm just saying. Okay.
Go buy one. I
And
pay
of course,
you
merch raffle.
And of course, we're gonna raffle off some of this merch: the GM hats, Windy City Breeze T-shirts, possibly this hoodie that Joe refuses to wear. I'm gonna steal.
I've been saying that for the last 2 weeks. Last
Oh, that
3.
jerk, hey, listen, if you come back tomorrow and it's not there, you know who got it.
Me. But no, man. Look.
I hope the amount of people I invited don't come. I invited like 1 million people.
That's okay. I hope you invited the world, my boy, because pull up. We got, not only do we have a $10 entry to get in, $20 if you want a drink included. There are 21 VIP spots available
Well,
with
there's
seating
there's
each.
7 pods.
So there's seven
that
pods.
fit
So
three.
if you want to buy it for your spot, you buy
Maybe
it for
two.
your spot.
Yeah.
But there's one ticket per person.
Private
You know what I mean?
lounge with your own TV.
Private
in there,
lounge,
yeah.
you get your own TV.
for the
We'll provide our own drape, possibly. Are we doing that for them? No, I don't
Nah,
worry about
nah,
that.
nah.
All right.
We're not making these prayer pods. You know what goes on in those pods. We're not doing that one. No.
Once again, draft
No,
party.
no.
April 24th. Come on out.
Pull up on us, man. We're
That's
gonna have a
right.
great time, man. I had somebody hit me up in my DMs and asked how do they buy the tickets. You buy them on Eventbrite. The link is in the description below. And apparently he looks just like me. That's what he's told.
Yeah, well, my cousins are supposedly coming and they want to debate us live.
That's not gonna happen.
It's not going to
Hey,
happen.
I want
say,
to.
that ain't gonna
happen.
Where's
That
my
ain't gonna work.
close-up cam there, Drew? No. Let's keep this thing moving along, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Y'all want to debate Kid all night. He'll fight with you.
Not these guys.
Let's finish it out here because we've talked a lot of football, but there hasn't been a ton of superstar talk around the Chicago Bulls. But the conversation around the Bulls right now may be changing as Mike Malone fired in Denver. Nobody knew what was going on with the Mike Malone conversation, and WGN put this article out late last night. I saw this, where the Chicago Bulls are the odds-on favorites on Bookie.com.
Bookie.
Now, I don't know how much weight that holds.
Okay.
For your gamblers out there, let me know about Bookie.com. Are you users or
Hey,
not?
listen, if it's a gambling site, Chicago has the fix.
Odds-on favorite
You know
to
that.
trade for Nikola Jokic, who, by all intents and purposes,
Probably the best
should
player
win the MVP probably again, but because Shea is
And
new,
again.
he won't.
Bro,
Got
he
Bron
has he has a better season than his MVP season.
Can we not make it seem like it's a all right, we tired of you MVP though?
No,
Like,
it's 100%. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, voter
Shea-
fatigue.
voted
Shea
for T.
has
Voted for
been
T.
Oh,
out
Shea's
of
balling
the
out.
It's
Shea
voted for
Shea's balling
T.
out.
It's voted for T.
Is
He's averaging
is
triple double
is
this
he better
year.
than Jokic?
No.
He having a better year than last year. He having a bad.
but-
He having a better
but-
year than he last.
So what
MVP
you
year.
just said, you said no. That's the end of the conversation.
He's so dejected. He's like,
I'm just saying.
give up.
No, it's not.
If
it's
you
not
gonna
even
sit there and say
dejection. It's
he's
just
not
like-
better than Nikola Jokic, because you can't have the argument of, well, if you take him off the team will fall apart. Nikola Jokic.
Is the team.
He
So legitimately, is he better than Jokic or not? He's not better than Jokic to me. I think he's having a great season. I think he's having an MVP caliber season. I would be okay if they finish this season by saying, let's do co-MVPs.
Sure, I'm with that.
I think that would be great.
he actually is averaging better numbers than he did in his MVP season.
He having a
Who,
triple-
Jokic?
he
Yeah.
averaging a
Yeah.
triple-double.
He's going stupid this
He's
season.
averaging a triple-double.
Dog, statistically, he's the best center to have ever played the game.
I can see that.
Mm.
At the end of it all, I can see that.
Statistically, he's
Listen.
the best center, like advanced
those
metrics
dang
and stuff
assists.
like that. I totally get because you're going to name Will. I get you, old head. I got it. But like,
Hey, don't throw me under the bus.
I mean, 45 is you pushing it.
Hey, don't put my business
but
out
no,
there.
statistically,
I
like
watched Wilt in 100. No.
Hey, I watched him
if
show
he
the
scored
side. I watched
100,
him
we'd
show the
actually
side.
have video proof of it.
I don't believe he scored 100. I keep standing on it.
Yeah, you standing on lies then, because he did.
You got the video of it?
Yes, I do.
I got video of it.
I got it.
He said, "Yes, I do."
I got it
We
on
got video.
beta.
Hey,
I got it
my
on
boy.
beta.
Got on beta.
I got it on beta.
VHS?
I got video
No,
of the
beta came out
Giants
before
winning the pennant.
Before that.
I've got video of the Giants winning the pennant. I've got video of Bob Pettit going head to head versus Bob Cousy.
Hello.
And I ain't seen a clip
Hey,
from
you-
Wilt's
hey,
100-point
hey,
game.
You got any clips
They do have
of
a
the
clip
peach
of it.
basket?
They do have a clip
of the peach. Hey, yes! In Space Jam, there are clips of them playing on the peach basket.
That's hilarious.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the beginning. When it's like basketball. I think there's clips
Yeah,
of like,
yeah.
because they're explaining the
They showed
history
like
of
an instructional
basketball.
video
Oh, I
to
don't
the
remember
cartoons. Yeah, they did.
Anyway, I say all that to say, a phenomenal center in Nikola Jokic here, and the Chicago Bulls being the odds-on favorite is not crazy to say because of the person that drafted him, Arturas Karnisovas, now being here in Chicago as the GM. The question is, and it's not even should you trade for Jokic, because I think that's a easy question to ask for.
Who you
Nikola
giving
Jokic is one of the best players ever. The question I have is, are the Bulls at a beginning point here where if you trade for Jokic, you're going to have to give up too much to where Jokic benefits this team? And what I mean by that is you've got a guy in Josh Giddey
Not giving him up.
who's playing phenomenally. You're talking about, kid, what did you just say?
heck
One
is
of the
going
best
on
centers
here?
statistically
all time
to ever play.
Yeah, look at that.
You don't get to dictate terms.
Hey, he stops playing right now.
You get
He's
to
a
say-
first ballot Hall of
Hey,
Fame.
you get to
Easy.
say no, but you don't get to dictate terms.
Yeah, it's just like the
You've
Kobe
got
stuff.
Kobe White, who is scoring. He's player of the month. He's scoring at an elite level. He's breaking Michael Jordan monthly records.
You want to know what you want to know what I think this trade is. If the trade is going to have to replicate is that the Carmelo Anthony trade where they gave up everything.
And that's
I'm out already.
I'm not gonna lie to you. What do y'all think they gave up for Melo?
They gave up a lot.
They gave up.
What did they give
Raymond
up
Felton,
for Melo?
They gave up Danilo Gallinari.
Yep.
Gallinari. They gave up the
Keep
soul of the
going.
team.
Keep going.
Wilson
Chandler. You're on point right now.
Did they give up
It's
draft
one more.
picks too?
No, they gave up 4 draft picks.
And
draft picks.
But it's one more player they gave up.
I forgot the fourth guy.
JR.
JR came with him.
Yeah, because he was on Cleveland.
No,
JR was on Denver.
I thought he was chilling or something like that.
No,
But,
JR was on Denver with him.
John was on
Who did they give up?
Wilson Chandler.
I said
He said Wilson Chandler.
Oh, that's it.
Wilson Chandler, Danilo.
Draft
and-
picks.
Was it just those 3 players?
That's what
No, it's 4 players.
It's a 3-team trade. My bad.
Miles Goff.
There you go. Timothy
Oh,
Miles.
Timothy Mozgov. Yeah, but he
Yep.
was a backup center. Yeah.
So
the Nuggets
no, he's
guy.
a starting center for that team.
I'm saying, but he wasn't like that guy.
So I literally just
wait a
had
minute.
this argument with my dad 2 days ago. The team that they built after that team was so much better than what that team would have been. It's not even funny.
I don't think so.
It's not even close.
What are you talking about?
They-
The Knicks after with
The
Carmelo?
Knicks added Amari Stoudemire.
Amari
who
was
is-
already there.
Amari was
no,
not already
yes, he
there.
was.
No.
Amari signed
He was
there.
with the Phoenix.
He's with the Phoenix Suns.
They were rolling.
He got because I think
No,
Melo came the
Amari
year
was rolling
after.
with that whole squad.
Melo came the year after.
Right.
After Amari Stoudemire.
Melo could have just walked over to that team that had Amari and all those guys.
Okay,
If
so
he waited,
Jay-
if he waited
bankrupt the
the
whole
year,
squad.
if he waited the extra year, he'd have just went over
Amari
there.
came the year before.
Amari came the year
He
before.
was already there.
That's
Okay.
what I'm saying,
So
yeah.
Amari Stoudemire, Carmelo Anthony. You
Sorry, I
added
got
Chauncey
distracted.
Billups to that team.
Sorry.
They did add transfer.
You added Chauncey Billups to
They
that
did-
team.
They did that Chauncey.
You also added J.R. Smith to that team.
Yeah, but they didn't win nothing.
They weren't winning anything anyway.
They were
Timothy
hot.
Mozgov is
They
the
were
difference.
hot.
The 26-win Knicks were hot.
No, they were getting hot. Because what's the name got hurt. They went down because freaking Stoudemire got hurt.
Joe.
They won 26 games that year.
Their ceiling was what their ceiling was a second round team at best.
At best.
With Danilo and with Felton and all them.
Danilo Gallinari, Timothy Mozgov, Raymond Felton.
So
we're
the
getting
whole
off the
point
point.
is
We're getting
that
off the
with
point. Are you
Jokic-
going to
That
gut the team?
I don't wanna
We got
get-
off point. We got off point.
I want
You're-
Giddy.
You're going to gut the team. Are you going to gut the team for this guy?
Yeah, well, if it gives away, Vooch and all them, yeah,
No,
draft
you're not going
picks.
to get Vooch. You're going to end up having to give up Kobe. You're going to have to
moving
give
on.
up Giddy.
I'm
And
moving on. I'm moving on.
you might have to give up Modest.
You need
Vooch is in that trade.
I don't think you're giving up all of them. I don't think you're giving up all of them.
Just gave away the whole core.
No, I don't think you're
That's
giving up
what I
all of
said.
them. I
Lonzo,
think
that guy.
Vooch is gone.
Lonzo.
Zoe makes some money work. That's all that is.
Yeah,
But
Lonzo,
I don't even know if he's going.
draft picks.
I would say the P. Will is gone. I would
yeah,
say that
goodbye.
you're moving on from one of your star pieces.
Man,
so
if you could-
if you call them stars, you're moving on from Kobe. You're
could
moving on
keep
from
your
Giddy.
core.
You're moving on from Modest. Possibly.
You got to keep.
No, you keep Modest.
No, I'm
Need
telling.
Modest and
It's
Giddy.
possible.
No.
But
Boys,
it's boys. You either going to
it
do that or
is
draft pick.
the greatest center
Right,
of
you're
this
going-
generation.
We gotta
You're
find a
not
way to fleece
keeping one of those pieces.
We gotta find a way to fleece them.
You're going to have to gut the team.
gotta
You're going to have
find
to
a
give
way to
up a
fleece
lot.
Time out. Let's
Hey, you
Look,
Let's
wait,
roll it
wait.
back. Let's roll it back.
Anthony,
Let's roll it back.
you want to
just
know the
got-
way to fleece them? You don't trade for Jokic. That's how you fleece them.
I mean, if the Lakers and the stinking Mavericks were able to basically swap Luka
Well, listen,
for-
if the NBA comes in and says, give him Jokic and we'll not help you.
Well,
That's
here's-
a different conversation.
Here's two things we got to keep in mind. One, the first and second apron. That's a lot.
100%.
That plays a part in this.
By the way, next year, no one has money.
So wait. Okay.
no one has money.
Legitimately, nobody has
So
money
when
to
you make a
sign
trade
anybody.
for him and you gut your whole team, it's like, hey, if you keep Kobe is going to re-up.
No, you're gonna have to give Kobe.
I thought
to
Kobe
keep
had 1
Kevin
year.
Ho-
I thought
Kevin
Kobe had
Huerter.
1 more year.
Yeah, but Kobe's
Giddy's
now
due.
has improved, and now if I'm his agent, he's getting the bag.
And Kobe's a better player.
And Kobe's a
than Kevin
better
Huerter.
player. Yeah. So
Right,
at this
so
point, you have to start building upon that. So he's coming in at $60 million, easy money.
Yep.
Like that's wrap.
So Kobe
This is your
goes-
$300 million player for the Bulls.
Right.
You have to pay Kobe because you need that player. You need the in and out game.
No.
And plus, it kind of makes sense because Kobe does kind of
You do
give
have
me
to pay
Jamal
Kobe.
Murray vibes. So it kind of makes sense to have somebody who can create their own offense.
Next season, he's getting 51.
Yeah. And he's gonna re-up. He's gonna win. If he wins MVP now, The price didn't go down, baby.
So
Well, he signed to a 6-year deal.
well, what's our percentage right now? Where are we in terms of playing?
In the
We're
play-in,
in
right
number-
now
we're
we're in
number
it. We
seven.
just
No,
won.
nine. We're
We just
nine.
won yesterday. We're
nine.
firmly
They're
firmly in the
gonna play
9th
Miami.
seed.
We're not.
Right.
Miami took that L.
So the lottery chance
That was
is,
a dumb shot by Tyler.
We might be like 11th or 12th in the draft.
That was a dumb
but
shot.
we're in the lottery, which gives what?
No, you're not.
No, we're not. So we're
Not
in
if you
the
make the playoffs.
right. If we don't make
So
the
if you
playoffs.
if you
We're
win
making
the play-in,
Oh, the play-in.
Right.
Yeah.
and you probably win a second game in the play-in, you're making the playoffs.
right. So
And
if
the
we
Bulls, how
don't-
they've been playing, are better than
I'm
Miami.
gonna make this
Atlanta.
argument
So
if I
they're out of the
can.
lottery.
I don't think you should trade for him. 2 reasons. One, I do think you have to give up a lot.
turn this mic off.
Listen, one, you have to give up a lot. Having a superstar is great, but do you want a Phoenix situation? Like, look at what Phoenix is going to have to
point.
do. Phoenix is like the super teams are dead.
But he's a better.
This CBA has completely killed that. You're
Yep.
going to have to now
The
draft and
second
develop
apron, yep.
your team. If you make a move for a superstar, you're going to have to now develop all the pieces around him because you will not have the money unless you're going to that second apron. Newsflash: you think the Bulls going into the second apron?
I think the Bulls will go into the second apron if they can get Nikola Jokic.
They're
yes.
probably going to trade
I don't think
Kobe
they
White
can.
to get him.
I think that.
I don't think they
100%
will.
The Bulls can pay. You got to
You can pay
understand,
two
right? The
superstars.
Bulls
You
can
can pay
pay.
two.
No, they can pay 3. They can pay Io, Giddey,
But Io's not a superstar.
and
Io's not a
Kobe
superstar.
White $30 million and still be under the second apron.
Great, and then you add his contract.
Still under the second apron.
Now, who do you fill out the team with?
We figure it out from there. That's the LeBron conversation. That is
No,
LeBron
that's
and
the
Miami
Phoenix conversation. Phoenix
No,
made that
the
move with
difference-
Bradley
no,
Beal.
the
They
diff-
gutted their roster.
No, here's the
but that's a
difference.
different
Here's the
caliber
difference
player,
in
though.
that conversation.
That's 3 max
Who's
players.
handling the ball in Phoenix?
Bradley
Booker.
Beal.
Devin?
Booker.
Bad.
Devin.
Right.
Bad.
It's not a good mix of those.
You
guys.
took a shooting guard and
Josh
said
is a
you're now the
legitimate
point
point
guard.
guard.
If
Yeah.
Devin Booker's the better of the two at point guard,
You're trading for this guy. You think you're going to keep Josh Giddey?
I don't need
Yes,
to keep.
you gotta
Hey,
keep-
hey,
now you
hey,
got 2 triple-double threats?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't
Buy
need to
Kobe
keep Josh
White.
Guess
Giddey.
what? Guess what? That's
Kobe.
great. That
Buy
sounds
Patrick
good.
Williams.
If I'm Denver, hey, listen, you know that other guy that you got on your team
Give
that
me
gives me
Josh
just as
Giddey.
many triple doubles?
Give me
Guess
Josh
what? I want
Giddey.
that guy.
Hey, boys, I don't need to keep Josh Giddey.
I don't.
I got Nikola Jokic.
I got Jokic.
He
Jokic. I got
he
Jokic.
passes better than Josh Giddey,
I
and
got-
Josh Giddey's a
I
point
got
guard.
Jokic, and I have a healthier shooting guard.
So you want to keep Kobe,
And Kobe.
White?
You keep
And-
Kobe White. You
and-
keep
so
Modest
four is
Buzelis,
Modest.
maybe. Or
No,
maybe
ain't
there's
no
some
maybe.
conversation. Maybe there's some.
I gotta keep my young fella.
No, look.
keeping
Maybe
Modest.
there's some conversation where I like Modest too. I didn't say I
Pat-
didn't like
like
Modest.
Pat Will.
Maybe there's a Pat Will is not getting value.
I know, but just get him out anyways.
That's I agree. With that.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. But maybe there's a conversation where you can sit there and look at Modest Buzelis and move on from him because of his youth. And I'm not saying he's not playing phenomenally. I love what Modest is becoming.
Phenomenal.
Modest is not Jokic.
Modest is not your.
Jokic is a historic player.
He is.
So if there's a conversation on move on from Modest, you hold on to Giddey in that sense, and you move on from a lot of other pieces, or you move on from a Modest, you move on from Kobe, you hold on to Giddey, you hold on to Jokic, you figure it out from there.
I like Giddey with.
And I think that's the thing that, for me, I would rather have. Now, the one thing I will say is Giddey is not the same Giddey with Jokic on this team.
Facts.
So it may be more beneficial if you're going to move on from anybody to sell high on a guy like Josh Giddey. I don't want to get rid of Josh Giddey, but if Jokic is coming in, I'm willing to have that
That actually makes
conversation.
sense.
I'll sell him. I'll
'Cause if
patch
you
him
can
up.
implement
I'll patch him
Io
up.
in the
I'll
starting
patch him up
lineup
with a
with
little
him.
Vaseline, put a little saran wrap, and I'll sell him.
Yeah, if I don't know
Let
what
me
that.
ask this question.
I don't know
Hold
what that
on,
was
wait a minute,
about.
wait a minute, wait a
What
minute.
the heck
Hold
are
on.
you talking
Hey,
about?
hold on, Diddy.
Hold on.
What do you mean by that Vaseline?
Hold on.
dog?
That's Chris. That's,
No, no, I just-
I ain't no
No,
challenge
know what
in
you
that.
mean. I need to
You
ask
can't
the
challenge
question.
that.
Why Vaseline, though? What is the Vaseline doing?
You know what? We're going to talk about that off air. What's
supposed to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
mustard.
You should have
It's
said
supposed to
that
be
off
mustard.
air.
I said mustard.
It's supposed to be mustard.
No,
For
that's
what?
Did he know?
We're
I
out
know.
of
He
flag.
know.
All right, anyway.
not. Hey, you guys, hey, people in the chat would know.
Hey. You
I
have
feel
to
like
be.
we gotta
You
get
have
outta
to be
here.
part of the life.
Right.
That's all right. That's all
For
right.
me, all
Y'all
off my
crazy.
point I was about to make.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love.
Jesus
Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
You know
I
who's
don't
gonna
even know what
cover?
to
You
do
know
with
who's
that.
gonna cover Jokic? Russell Westbrook.
Nah,
Hey, they trying to get rid of that man so
Hey,
bad.
didn't we have him already?
I'll
And we
take
did,
it.
did we
You'll
have
take
him?
him?
I'll take
Didn't
it.
we have him and let him go?
No, we didn't make an
no.
offer.
We had Melo.
No.
We had Melo. You want to know why I take him? Russ make $3 million and plays 22 minutes a game.
And still give you some
That's who
numbers.
you blaming? That's whose fault it is that you in the spot you in?
He made a couple bonehead plays, but he's
Oh
still
no,
good though. He's still good.
No, but
He's
the
still
one
good for the
one
money.
game, take the ball out or make the layup. I mean, it was a wide open layup.
was
Make
a
the
wide open
layup.
layup.
All you
Look,
had to do was
make
hold
the
it.
layup is a great
Hey,
thing to say.
He was
All
just
you
going
gotta
too
do is hold
fast,
the
though.
ball.
Was.
He was just moving.
No,
way
he
too
wasn't.
fast.
All he had to do was hold the ball.
Bro, he was so open. Just put the ball in the
get ready for
square
the-
that they draw
No.
on the basket.
Hey, I guarantee you, he thought about dunking it.
He
was
did,
Like,
and he was like,
nope.
Hey,
and just missed it.
realize where you at in your career. But again, that's Russ. That's a different conversation. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all want to do. Let us know how you guys feel in the comments about all the topics we talked about. This is the format we're going to be going with from here on out. So stay tuned in with us, man. Super producer Joel Holt, Petty's Man Alive, Mr. P. Kid, of course, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, man, formerly known as Ringo J, Stefan Adon, and Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody, bro. Hey, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there in Chicago. Bear down. One love. See red. I can't even say the White Sox joint. That man got thrown out at the plate.
Go Cubs, go.
Go Cubs
Hey.
first place, baby.
Go
Hey.
Cubs, go. Best run differential in the league.
There you go.
I'm gonna turn the
Hey.
volume up on
Hey,
this. We want to hear
Hey,
that.
good job. Good job.
Let's go.
How about them Dodgers?
Bro.
You keep saying that like, okay,
I'm
everybody
not
loses
doing this.
games.
How about them Dodgers?
Everybody loses
Where the
games.
jersey, and then I might acknowledge.
It's at the house. I was going to wear it today.
Let's see. Did the
You know I
Hey,
got a jacket jersey.
They in second place.
Yeah,
They're not in the first place in their division. I think the Padres are.
who?
The Dodgers.
My
The
boy.
Dodgers are third.
My boy.
Yeah, I'm finna say they're not in first place yet.
Hey, my boy. They
Nah,
third.
he just
No,
mad
they're
'cause they
third.
started off with
yeah,
us
they third in the
0-2.
West.